You're watching the Sports and Political channel of LB. If you're not subscribed to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and share these videos on your social media platforms. I decided to do this particular video because even though it's outside the realm of sports and politics, but this case had me intrigued for the better part of damn near 3 decades, in which back on, I say around September 7th, 1996, Tupac Shakur was shot 5 times out in Vegas while on the Strip, and he ended up passing away from his injuries on September 13th, 1996. Um, and for the better part of 3 decades, and it felt like that Tupac's murder was never going to be solved. It felt like this cold case was never going to come to a conclusion where we're going to get closure as to the people responsible for this case. Now, during that time, for the better part of 3 decades, you had this guy by the name of KEEFE D. That's who he goes by, and this man has made numerous appearances on Vlad TV, and he has written a book supposedly talking about the murder of Tupac Shakur. And now there's going to be charges imminent against KEEFE D. What's up, you suit knight? In regards to this case. Now I'm going to read an article coming from The Sun because they were the ones that first broke this story. So Las Vegas detectives are optimistic they have built enough evidence against Compton Crip gang leader KEEFE D to finally close the Tupac Shakur murder case after almost 27 years, insiders have told The Sun. With the backing of the district attorney, leading officers have allegedly built a strong case against KEEFE D, who has previously confessed to helping hunt down and assassinate the iconic rapper. The district attorney's office is due to present their case to a Las Vegas grand jury, 2 sources confirmed to the U.S. Sun. A criminal case will be brought imminently, and the district attorney is looking at first-degree murder charges, potentially at KEEFE D, one based on Nevada law. At the grand jury hearing, which is held behind closed doors and secrecy, a jury will decide whether enough evidence is strong enough to prosecute KEEFE D in the next month. The 60-year-old has given multiple interviews and written a memoir confessing to his role in the shooting of the hip-hop legend, claiming that he rode in the car and helped nephew Orlando Anderson, the murder weapon, before he fired the fatal shots. Insiders say that long and careful consideration was made by Metro Police investigators before moving forward on the case, which has remained unsolved since September of 1996. A raft of evidence and witness statements about Tupac's murder and KEEFE's involvement will be presented to the grand jury, but the ex-Compton gangster kingpin is not allowed to be present. Grand juries are most often brought in high-profile and serious cases to help the DA determine what reaction of an independent jury to allegations. If the grand jury decides that the evidence is supplied is strong enough for them to suspect KEEFE D of being criminally guilty in any capacity, the case will move forward. The homicide team did not enter this investigation lightly. They knew the world would be watching if they took any action against KEEFE D. They don't want to make any missteps. One key aspect of building a strong case and a file of evidence detailing how KEEFE was one of 4 suspects in the car was pivotal in the actual murder, then the destruction of critical evidence. His own words and comments in his interviews and memoir obviously have him as a potential murder suspect, but there's a lot more to the case than just simply showing grand jury those statements. The detectives have been piecing together as much information, evidence, and witness statements about Keefe's role about that night and actions afterwards. They have spent months pulling it together and continue to hunt down corroborating evidence and other possible witnesses for the grand jury. So they expect this case to become a criminal case imminently. He's gloated so much about this that he effectively talked himself into huge legal trouble. September 7th marks the 27th anniversary of the killing of Tupac. Actually, September 13th, not the September 7th when he got shot. Now, the California Love rapper was critically wounded by shots from a semi-automatic pistol fired from a white Cadillac filled with gangster members. Keefe's memoir called "The Compton Street Legend" confirmed his involvement in his accomplice in his own words. He wrote about how he helped Tupac secure a gun, or how he helped secure a gun to murder Tupac as revenge for Pac's beating up his cousin Orlando Baby Lane Anderson after a Mike Tyson fight in the MGM Grand earlier that night. He detailed how he helped coordinate a team of fellow LA gangsters to hit and kill the rap icon and his Death Row record label buzzmate Suge Knight. In a confessional passage, Keefe threw the Glock pistol in the back of a Cadillac, which his nephew Anderson and another gangster sat. Later, after encountering Shakur by chance, Keefe revealed that shots were fired from behind him into Suge and Tupac's vehicle as they were driving along the strip. Now, Keefe claimed that Tupac appeared to be reaching for a weapon before the execution, but his side fired first, essentially killing the hip hop star. He also confessed to hiding the Cadillac and the gun after the shooting, and then having it repainted, repaired, and returned to a car rental firm, which made forensics tough to pin down. Keefe's full admission appears in the chapter entitled "The Main Event in Compton Street Legend." Now, mob lawyer, Vegas attorney, and former mayor Oscar Goodman explained how the grand jury process works. He says when police are investigating a case, they usually go to the DA, which convenes a grand jury of 26 people, and majority of them come in and they have a vote to either a bill or no bill, and that means either indicted or not indicting the case, which would then get the ball going as far as the court process is concerned. The defendant is not present during the grand jury proceedings, and the grand jury proceedings are purportedly secret. Now, Goodman, who remains a member of the bar, no longer actively practices, expects Keefe to be arrested once the grand jury hears the evidence. In the latest twist to the murder case, homicide officers comes after cops searched a home in Henderson, Las Vegas to be believed and addressed belonging to Keefe D. And of course, they're not going to comment on it, considering this is an ongoing investigation. But look, look. Oh, and salute to everybody in the building. I see y'all up in here, Gideon, Eric Johnson, Kasim Baker, Q Smooth, Ija Morris. Salute to all y'all in the building. If you want to donate to the cause, there's my Cash App, there's my PayPal. Any and all donations are accepted and appreciated. So, in other words, Keefe D, you snitched on yourself. And I don't have no sympathy for you. I don't, anything that happens to you at this point is on you, because all you had to do was just shut the fuck up. If that's what you tell people in your neighborhood and all that, don't you tell people, hey man, if you do something, don't say shit. Stay the fuck quiet. Lay low. But no. Instead, you want to go on various episodes of Vlad TV and you want to write a book about it and all that. Like, you ain't gonna get touched. Like, eventually, like, what you did allegedly ain't gonna catch up with you. Man, look. For those of you that may not be aware, right? Certain crimes have statute of limitation depending on what state you live in, right? Murder just does not happen to be one of those crimes where the statute of limitations run out. Murder will follow you until the day you die. There was one case where a man committed a murder in his 20s and they end up catching him in his 70s. So just because you committed a murder and you think you've gotten away with it, well, like these cops always say, it only takes them one day to get lucky. You got to be lucky every day. You know, you can't live that kind of life where you got to constantly watch over your back, watch behind, watch what you're saying, watch what you're doing. You got to be cognizant of who you're around and all that, because one of them might snitch on you. I mean, who wants to live a life like that? What's up, RG Titan? Beast Grill, salute to all y'all. Who wants to live a life like that? Where you got to constantly watch who you're around and constantly watch what you're saying and constantly watching what you're doing and constantly having to survive a day where somebody's not kicking down your door waving the full foe. But he did it to himself because he kept on going on Vlad TV and consistently running his mouth. He kept on running his mouth on Vlad TV, and now, and yet another example of black folks should not go on Vlad TV and black folks just shut the fuck up. Yet another example of somebody going to have pending charges over their head. All because you can't keep your ass off Vlad TV. Hell, I just did a video recently about how Boosie, you know, went on Vlad TV for numerous episodes, kept talking about this, that, and the third. Now he got charges over his head. And it's like we just got a situation where niggas don't learn, man. You know what I'm saying? And I shouldn't be out here saying that goddamn N-word and all that, but fuck. You can't be out here calling yourself going on Vlad TV and all that, you know, bragging about what you did and all that, and then get all flabbergasted when the cops is kicking down your door. It just I don't got no respect for that, man. You basically dug yourself to proverbial grave. You dug yourself that proverbial casket that you're gonna eventually gonna have to lay in, and the system is gonna close that casket on your ass. So I don't feel sorry for him. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel sorry for him at all. Because shouldn't have taken your ass on Vlad TV, a non-operative, a non-culture vulture, running your goddamn mouth thinking that any kind of consequences or repercussions will not come your way. So you guys let me know what y'all think about this. We might finally get some closure about this case after damn near 30 years. Because some people can't keep their fucking mouth shut. If you're not subscribing to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and share these videos on your social media platforms. Last but definitely not least, shouts out to the LDBC, Lions Den basketball community. This your man. Scream at me. Hey!